Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Reselling Rhythms. I'm your host, Adam, with Adam's Exploits. My show is normally on Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Just going to let the chat fill in. It's a live show, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. So if you guys are watching now, it's live and you can participate in the chat. If you're watching the replay after the fact, the chat will be up approximately usually about an hour after the show is over with. So just going to say, just waiting for some people to fill in. We hope to have at least a dozen or so people before we start. I told you guys before that I'm trying to arrange some guests to come on with me. One of my particular guests is a Poshmark seller. She's in the process of moving down to Florida, so she's in between the moves, and she's committed to doing the show. So hopefully she'll do it next Wednesday. So anyway, I just want to say hello to a few people in the chat. I see my friend Karen is here. Hi, Karen. I saw you were on live a little earlier. Barbara, Glenn, Nathan, Michelle, Angie. Hello, everyone. So what I told you guys before, I'm going to try to bring a little value if I don't have a guest. Just going to bring things up. I told you guys I watch a lot of YouTube, reselling related YouTube. So what I do is that I go and I research things and I write things down. I think that might be applicable to me or to other resellers. And then if that's the case and I can't get it line up a guest, what I do is review a few things. So these are some of the websites. I had spoken about some of the things before. I know I've talked to you guys about Pirate Ship before. That's one of the websites I'm going to bring up. Again, if you guys aren't shipping with Pirate Ship and you're doing eBay and you're not a top-rated seller, you get the discount if you're a top-rated seller. But if you're not top-rated seller, you can use Pirate Ship and you get commercial rates plus. So due to the fact that I'm not doing a lot of volume right now, I'm not commercial rate plus rated with eBay. I'm just below top rated. I'm sorry. So what I do is I use Pirate Ship. I want to show you guys a little bit. I did receive a gift. I won a contest to one of the channels, and I believe that the person that has the channel actually shipped that retail level through the USPS. So especially with the prices going up as of January 27th, it pays you guys to, first of all, print the labels at home, because you on first class postage, you can print up to 15.9 ounces. At the retail level, as you guys may or may not know, I'm sure most of your experience, you know this, you can go up to 13 ounces. But if you print the label at home, you can go up to 15.9 ounces, so you get a little bit of extra, play with that. Again, if you print it with Pirate Ship, typically there's a little bit better discount than eBay gives you. But if there's not, you can always print through eBay. And the other thing with Pirate Ship is that they give you, they upload your tracking numbers. So when you upload it through Pirate Ship, it automatically transfers it into your eBay account if you set up that account that way. So it looks like we have quite a few people in here. So we talked about Pirate Ship. Let me just go and try to do a little screen share, guys. And just bear with me here. Hey, Bill, thanks for joining us. Bill, I'm going to try to make it out I mentioned in my last video, I'm going to try to make it out to the eBay Open. My plan was to try to get that out to ASD, the surplus show. But there's just way too much walking. So more than likely, I will go to eBay Open this year. My only issue is that the best flights out of here are typically through Southwest. As you may or may not know, since you're local, Southwest Airlines does not offer a direct flight anymore out of Philadelphia. So I guess I could probably get something where I don't have to change planes, but something to the effect, I prefer a direct flight. And with the baggage fees and everything, it's a pain. Last trip, I just took a carry-on bag, stuffed that bad boy up, and then I had a backpack. And then I used a backpack with my iPad and everything on there, and my things I had to have, emergency medicines, that kind of things. So it worked out well that way. So we shall see. So let me do a screen share, and like I said, I'm going to go over some of these tips and tools that you guys can use. Most of you may be aware of them. Some of you may not be aware of some of them. Again, I've done this show before. Wade Ventures has done this show before. And some of the other resellers have done shows with the different various tools and tips that you guys can use. So, every once in a while, something comes up that people aren't aware of, like whether it be Sizely, You may not be aware of it, or some of the other things I wrote down here. I'm just double checking something I was going to mention. BoardGameGeek.com. Okay, that's something that Kristen mentioned on the reselling show that they do with Scott and Wade. So again, that's something if you guys collect board games, at the Goodwill or through the bins or whatever, what you do is you can check to make sure that all the pieces are available. They list the pieces that you can check it. So let me just go into the page and we'll go through that real fast, guys. Try to keep it about a half an hour today. I know you guys are all busy. So let me just do a screen share. You're going to see a little popping out here. We'll do that. We'll do that. And we'll go here. Okay. All right. So it should be coming up shortly. I have my iPad so I can see you guys. What you're saying should be coming up momentarily. Okay. It is up. Okay. So what I have here is, I had mentioned this before, one of my earliest shows, actually. This is called typohound.com. Okay. The more popular one is Fat Fingers, but this is one of the sites that you can use. Basically what it is you go to this and you type in, let's just say, again, this is set for eBay. Let's just say Robert Graham. I can't even spell Robert Graham, so I probably should just do, let's just do Ralph Lauren. So I always forget how to spell Robert Graham. Ralph Lauren, and we'll put Polo. Excuse me. Now, you can see here, again, this is Typo Ham. The more popular one is Fat Fingers, but you can see here 54 typos generated, 52 typos generated, 42 typos generated. So let's just click. I said, I'm not going to spend a lot of time when you guys can research this on your own, but I'm just going to show you guys like here. Okay, Ralph Lauren. They forgot the R. You see here, it's Ralph, L-A-U-E-N. Again, Ralph, R-A-L-P. So what happens is a lot of these, and especially if they're auctions, they don't get the views, because if people punch in Ralph Lauren may not come up if they don't spell it properly. Okay, and so this was the Typo Hound. The other one is Fat Fingers. I'll show you guys the Fat Fingers, the same kind of principle. We'll go to that. Okay, and that's Fat Fingers, same kind of thing. So this is Fat Fingers. You can pick out the country you want to search on. Again, this is based for eBay. So let's try this with this. We'll do Ralph Lauren. And again, this is, like I said, guys, I'm gearing the show more towards the beginning, the intermediate sellers. A lot of you guys might already know this, but again, I'm just bringing it up, and it's good to remember, and maybe you forgot about those sites. And I know a lot of you guys do poaching from various websites, whether it be you poach from eBay to sell on Etsy or Poshmark or vice versa. But this is one way you can get a little bit of an edge. Okay, so we'll try Ralph Lauren in with Fat Fingers. Click the view on eBay. Okay. Okay, here's one here. Ralph, R-A-P-L-H for Ralph. That's how they spelled Ralph. R-A-P-H for Ralph. So again, these are just typos, and that's probably another thing that I should bring up to you guys. Periodically go back, and if your listings aren't selling for whatever reason, go back and check them and see if there's any kind of typo errors. What do your pictures look like? Obviously, everybody always checks pricing, but it could be something as simple as your keywords are bad, or your pictures aren't that great, or there's a spelling error. Okay, so that was Fat Fingers. That was the other one that we can do to kind of poach misleading listings. So, okay, and then we'll go into, this is another tool I use. It's called duplicate listings. I know I've mentioned it to you guys before. What's going to happen to this? What you do is you punch in here, you punch in your store name, exactly how it's spelled on eBay. Like mine has underscores in it. It's just the name of the first name and an underscore, then the second name, then underscore, and then the third name. So what you would do is you would punch in that in here, and then you would select the site you want to do. It would be US, and then what it does is it searches all your listings, and it checks to see if there's anything that could be a possible duplicate listing. I did this a while ago. I was getting some errors when eBay had some glitches going on. I actually had like 4 different listings that were duplicate listings. So you got to really be careful with that. Again, what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to list all these later in the description. But I want to do the research to get everything together for you guys in advance, so I would have something for you guys to talk about and to discuss. Okay. So again, that's the duplicate listing scanner for eBay items. And again, I'll put that link down below. Okay. The next one that I have listed is Shop Goodwill. Now I know a lot of you guys are jewelry sellers on this web on my channel, so you know about Shop Goodwill. Some people don't know about Shop Goodwill. What's happening now, and I'm seeing it more and more in the various reselling groups, is that Goodwill is basically cherry picking the better items, and they're putting them up on their various websites. They have regional websites, they have corporate websites, they have store websites. So what they do is they list it up on Shop Goodwill, and you can search, say you can't find jewelry jars or something in your area. What you could do is you could go and Shop Goodwill. Let's just see if we can pull in jewelry jars. I didn't check this earlier to see if this will even come up. Let's see. Jewelry jars, to see if they even have anything. Jewelry jars. All right, anything coming up here? Of course not. Okay, no items found. But you guys get the point. This is a way that you can source from home. So if the weather's nasty or snow out or it's icy out, you can source from home. So this is one of the ways you can do online arbitrage. Okay, and that's shopgoodwill.com. Another site that I use periodically is auctionzip.com. Okay, and this is for online auctions. And again, I'm going to list all these in the description later so you guys will have access to this. Okay, I'm logged in already to my account. So this is my zip code, and I have it set up to 30 miles from my home. So typically, these are online auctions, but occasionally they will list local auctions where you can go and you can preview the items. So again, that's auctionzip.com. Okay, so again, maybe you're looking for jewelry, you're having difficulty finding it at your local thrift stores, you're having trouble finding it at your Goodwills, your at shopgoodwill.com, you're having problems finding it, check out auctionzip.com. Okay, that's another one of your online arbitrage sites. Okay, the next one that I have listed here is estatesales.net. Now, most of you guys that do estate sales probably know about estatesales.net, but some of you may not know about it. Some of you newer sellers. Okay, so again, I'm logged into this, so they know what my location is based on my registering on this. But what you do is you would type in okay, so it's a postal code, so I'm just going to put in my zip code here, and we're going to search to see if there's any estate sales in my area. Okay, so here's some estate sales going on. There's one in Pennsylvania, one in southern New Jersey near me. And what they do is they have pictures on here. So let's just say this is a one in Stratford, New Jersey. Let's just pull this up real fast. We'll just look at this real fast. They'll have pictures, description, that has the details if you want to call the company that's liquidating it. Here's some of the pictures. A lot of China, if you guys are into China. Again, I'm just giving you guys, additional ammunition, so to speak, for things to look at. Okay, I don't want to take up a lot of your time showing you all these pictures, but again, this is auctionzip.com, and again, I'll put that in the description later. Okay, and then we have, I'm sorry, that was estatesales.net. I'm sorry. Then we talked about Pirate Ship before. Okay, now Pirate Ship, again, we discussed this. You get commercial rate plus. So again, if you guys are shipping something, you're doing a pop-up shop auction, or you're doing something, you're selling jewelry in auction, and again, print the labels at home, because you're going to save money because you're going to get commercial rates plus, as opposed to going to the post office. Plus, you get up to 15.9 ounces for first class, as opposed to the 13 ounces, which if you go up to the retail location, at the retail location, you don't get any discount. With Pirate Ship, you will get a small discount. Another thing to keep in mind is that now with first class mail, when you ship packages, it's based on weight and distance. So what I typically do is I'm from the generation, I remember Beverly Hills 90210. So I'm on the East Coast. So 90210 is the zip code for Beverly Hills. So what I do is I put in Beverly Hills, the zip code 90210. So that way it's the longest distance. So that's why I can kind of figure out my shipping. So if I do flat rate shipping, I could say, okay, well, it costs me, let's just say round number, $5 to ship this item out to California. So I'll have $5 shipping for everyone. So again, I might lose a little bit if I ship to California, because keep in mind that when you ship through eBay, you have to pay final value fees on the shipping cost, and you're also paying PayPal. So let's say it's clothing, it's 10%. And then if you do any kind of promoted listings, that's an additional fee. It could be 1, 2, 3, 5% for that, 2.9% for PayPal, and 30 cents per transaction. So what I do is I typically round it up to about 15%. But again, I can't go into this, guys, because if I log it, it's going to have listings of the various addresses and things that I ship to. But again, get the cheapest shipping rates for all USPS services for free. And again, what's nice about Pirate Ship is you don't have to pay a monthly fee. What you do is you use it, and they bill you. You can tie it to a credit card. You can tie it to a rewards credit card. I have mine tied to a rewards credit card, where I get 1% back. So I mean, every little bit helps in reselling. We all know that. Okay. So again, that was Pirate Ship, and again, guys, I'm going to put these all in the description after the fact. All right. I had mentioned BoardGameGeek.com before, so we're just going to go to that. Show you guys that real fast. Okay. I'm not that familiar with that. Again, Chris from Liquidation Ohio has mentioned this before. I don't really do board games, but again, it's a tool. So you guys can check this at your leisure. It tells you the various pieces that are supposed to be in the board games. Again, it's an advantage. I would just, if you guys are watching TV or something, maybe take out your iPad or take out your laptop, and then just do some research in your spare time on this website. Okay. So again, give a shout out to Chris from Liquidation Ohio. He's the one that's brought this up multiple times on his show, and also on the Reselling Fortune show. Okay, so that was BoardGameGeek.com. All right. So now I'm going to go into the apps, guys. I'll do my best I can to show you. So what we're going to do is we're going to get out of the screen share. Let's see here. All right, where am I here? All right. Stop the screen share. Okay, and I should be back. Let me just pop up my chat. There's the chat. Okay, again, I don't know, who do we have? We have Michelle. Anybody else? The moderators? Michelle, were you paying attention if there's any questions I may have missed? I know I was kind of rambling on there. Did I possibly miss anything? I see Bianca's here now. Hello, Bianca. Misha's here. Hi, Misha. So I'm just going to take a quick little break now. That was the websites, and I have about 3 or 4 different apps I'm going to mention to you guys. So is there anything that I missed, Michelle? I guess not. Okay. So I'm just going to go over some of these apps, guys. I'm going to try to show you on my phone. I don't know how well it's going to come off on my phone, but we shall see. Okay. This came up. Lauren Hartsheet Thrift. She sells higher-end women's fashion. Again, she's part of the Fortunes and Reselling panel, and she had brought this up. It's called What It's Worth, okay? And that's a Apple app. That's an iTunes app. What was the question, Michelle? How often do you shop online at estate sales and auctions? I do some estate sales. Again, I told you guys before, I'm going to try to get into jewelry. So that's opportunities. I mean, obviously, not obviously, but typically your best values or through yard sales and garage sales with jewelry. I mean, at least that's my experience from watching the other jewelry resellers. But I will be going to more estate sales now, especially with the weather being kind of nasty. I'm figuring out that garage sales will probably be starting up in the next. Typically here it doesn't start up till like late March, early April. So again, that was one of the apps I was going to mention to you guys as well. I want to get into that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to show you guys some of these apps. I don't know how well it's going to come up on my phone, but we're going to attempt it. Okay, one of the ones is the was What It's Worth. That's on here. Let's see if you guys can possibly see this. But what it is this based on eBay. I don't know if you can see that. Probably can't see it too well, but it's What It's Worth. And again, I'll list that. So what you do is you would type in what you're looking for in the query area, and then it would tell you what the auction price is, what the shipping prices typically are for that item, and what the buy it now prices are and what the shipping prices. And it shows you listings that have ended, and it shows you listings that have sold. Again, that's something to be aware of. Just because a listing ended doesn't mean that it's sold. So somebody might have something priced, let's say $20, and it's overpriced, and that listing ended. So you guys want to find out what's currently listed and what the price is, and you want to find out what's sold recently, what's that item has sold out recently. So again, because there's something listed at $20, maybe it's sold. They took a best offer for $10. Maybe there's a bunch of items that are for $10 on sale on eBay currently. So that's something you guys have to be aware of. Okay, so that was What It's Worth. Again, that's unfortunately just right now it's on a iOS, Apple. It's iTunes app store. So again, the other one I have is a Yardsaletreasuremap. Now most of you guys are probably aware of that. That's a great app. There's a paid version, which I think it's just like $5. I have the free version. But with the free version, you can only hey Kathleen, with the free version, you can only pick out one day a week. So typically it would be Saturday. So here in the spring and summer, typically we have yard sales on Saturday and Sunday. I know some of the warmer areas, like in Texas and all, and they have yard sales like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it's well worth I think it's $5 or $6 for annually to pay for the advanced app. So what you do is basically, and that's kind of what it looks like. I have glare from excuse me, I have glare from my lighting system here. But what it does is you have a map. You guys can't really see that too well. Let's see. You can't see it. But anyway, what it does is it has a map, and what you can do is you can route. It'll pop up the various sales, so you can put like, okay, I want to go here first, I want to go here second. I mean, like here's some here in Philadelphia. There's nothing really. Here's one here. It's a moving sale. So what you do is you would click on that, and then you could route it. You say, okay, this one starts at 8 o'clock in the morning. I want to be there first, and then go to the next one, to the next one, to the next one. It uses Google Maps. I also believe it uses Waze. That's a nice app. That's it's kind of like Google Maps, but it has like traffic reports. It has accident reports. It has if police officers are there. That's a nice app. I believe that hooks up with this. I haven't used this recently, so I'm not 100% sure. So I prefer Waze, but if not, it definitely works with Google Maps. Okay. So again, that was Yardsaletreasuremap, and that's available both on Android and Apple devices. Okay. The other thing, which it got kind of frustrating when I was doing retail arbitrage. I'm sure most of you guys know what retail arbitrage is. Basically, what that is you're going to a retail store and you're shopping for items that there's enough margin that you can purchase it at retail and resell it online or locally, for that matter, and make a profit. So I know like Scott the Bearded Picker does a lot with Walgreens, does a lot with Walmart. It depends really on your area how much they mark the items down. But what you can do is, I used to always go into to Walmart. A lot of times with the clearance section, they would just have things all jumbled on the shelf and it wasn't organized. There wouldn't be any tags. and I used to have to run around, and Walmart's a pretty big store. I'd run around looking for a scanner, and then I'd find a clerk, and they'd be like annoyed that I asked them a question, and then I would say, okay, well, I need to find a scanner so I can check this price. So what happened was, half the time I'd find a scanner, and the scanners were broken. They just have a wire hanging down from the ceiling or whatnot. So I mean, that kind of defeated the whole purpose. So recently, within the last few months, every time I would ask something about, oh, where's a scanner, the clerk would just pull out, the retail clerk would just pull out his smartphone and pull up the app. So there's a Walmart app, and again, I haven't used it. I just downloaded it recently. But what you can do is you can go into the Walmart app, and apparently, I guess you connect with the Walmart store's Wi-Fi, and then it identifies you somehow through the GPS that you're at that particular store, and it'll bring up pricing. So if you scan something, it'll tell you the price of that item in the store. All right, so that's the Walmart app. It's one of the other apps that you guys could download to take advantage of if you want to do retail arbitrage at a Walmart. And one other thing I wanted to bring up, and again, I don't know if Tanya's here, but I know I always forget. I know it's Angie's here, but I always forget that there's a magnifier on your iPhone. So what you do is this is a iPhone 7 Plus that has the home button. I believe the X's and all, they don't even have home buttons anymore. But what you do is you would triple tap, and this is your magnifier. So what you can do, let's see if I can see you guys can actually see it, probably not. But what you do is you could slide it, and then it makes it larger for your phone. So again, that's triple tap, and that's on an iPhone. Okay, so that was, again, I mentioned all those different apps to you guys. I want to get them listed in the description. Again, you do the Target app too, right, Rosie? Yeah, I know. I forget what it's called. I know. The reason I bring that up because I was watching Fortunes of Reselling, and I believe that Shane brought that up, the Rise and Grind Picker, because I know that Target is kind of anti-reselling. I was watching a video. Again, I told you guys I watch a lot of YouTube. I was watching a video where they actually kicked somebody out of a Target store. They had I forget who it was, but they actually had items in their cart to purchase, and they said, well, you've been loitering, you've been here for half an hour or whatever, and you haven't bought anything. And the guy says, well, I have these items in my cart, I want to pay for them. Just no, you have to get out of here. You're trespassing, or you're loitering. So okay, and when you're bringing that up, Target as well, that's another thing I want to tell you guys too. I take advantage of this. There's Ebates. Now, Ebates is a Chrome extension, and what I do is I get money back on a lot of different websites. I got money back on eBay, Office Max, some of the other websites. Is that okay? Thank you, Michelle. You had a better memory than I do. It was the Auction Professor. That's exactly who it was. Yep. Okay. Unfortunately, my memory isn't as sharp as it used to be, but exactly right. It was the Auction Professor. Yeah, for some reason they frown upon resellers at Target. It's just a regular Target and a Walmart app. Click the search. Okay. But I mean, if you come up say with 15 items of the same thing at clearance at a Target, they know you're a reseller, and they kind of frown upon that. But no, you're right though. You can use that if you're just picking up a couple items or whatever. But yeah, it does scan the barcodes, and the Walmart app does it as well. I haven't used it yet, but I wanted to bring that up. Yeah, Kathleen, because especially when you go to clearance in a Walmart, it's like things just kind of just piled on the shelf. Bye, Bianca. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, just piled up on the shelf, and half the time things aren't where they're supposed to be. So I mean, I'll walk around for 20 minutes trying to find a scanner. Then they say, okay, it's over there in the whatever, the automotive aisle. You go to the automotive aisle, and it's broken. So it's like, okay. So the last few times, like I said, the clerks actually used their cell phone, and they used the app. Again, so I did mention Ebates to you. Wade had mentioned Honey. Again, that's a Chrome extension. I don't use that, but that's something that you can use. Again, you get money back. I think they mail a check to you if you build up a certain amount. With my Ebates, I have it set to be sent to my PayPal. So after, well, I don't know if it's $5 or $10 or whatever that amount is, they'll send that to my PayPal, and they just deposit it, and I use I pay for PayPal because when I sell stuff on eBay, I just have it go to my PayPal account. And if I'm purchasing something on Amazon or a website or whatever, I use that money to pay for the thing. So what were you saying here, Kathleen? I've had that problem all the time. All warm up prices. That it does. Believe me, it hurts me too. Okay, just a couple things. I know we're pushing the half an hour. I told you guys if I don't have a guest, I'm going to try to keep you guys 30 minutes-ish and just give you guys an opportunity, hopefully, to pick up a few tidbits, some nuggets, as they say, and then also to hang around the break room or the water cooler and say hello to everybody. Again, I always say how lonely reselling is, and we know how it is. So it gives you guys an opportunity to talk to your friends. So let me just show you a couple things real fast. I've mentioned before about shipping, and I've also mentioned quite a few times about the golden rule. Okay, if you don't know, the golden rule is do unto others as you would have them do unto you. There's another saying in sales: under promise and over deliver. So in other words, you try to say, okay, let's make an example. This record is in fair condition, and you ship it out, it's in good to very good condition. So you said it's only fair, and then the buyer gets it, says, wow, this is really nice. There's no scratches, no blemishes, yada, yada, yada. So you've over delivered. Here's an example of something we had talked earlier. Bill was asking me about the eBay Open. Last eBay Open, I didn't have a toiletry bag. I was going everywhere, and it was like $15, $20 for a toiletry bag, and it was a piece of garbage. So I ordered one through Oakley. Well, just to show you guys, okay, I did tear this top of this just to open it, but you may be able to see better than I can. But it looks like it was run over by a truck tire. You look in the back, you can see all this. It's all torn apart here. They just threw it in a poly bag, and it looks like somebody ran it over with a truck. So sometimes your customers say, "Oh yeah, I came here damaged." Well, yeah, I'm a consumer. Fortunately, it was vinyl and it was in a plastic bag, so it kind of bounced back. It wasn't too bad. So again, think about your customers. Think about protecting your items. Use packing material. Use bubble wrap. If you need be, use styrofoam, double box, padded envelopes. I always, if I feel something needs a little bit of protection, I might put it in a padded envelope. Then I might wrap it. I'll put it in a plastic bag inside the padded envelope. I mean, I'll even wrap around a little bubble wrap. Like I shipped out some silk ties. I'm thinking they could get kind of banged up. So what I did is I put it in folded it nicely in a plastic bag, and then I put cardboard. Fold the cardboard over top of the tie to protect the tie. So if they put it down on something on top of it, it wouldn't damage and wrinkle the tie because they'd have the cardboard on both sides, like a sleeve, so to speak. So I used that. One last thing I want to show you guys. Patricia, who is Patsycraftzy Patricia, she does jewelry auctions, and I'll put her link later in the description area. Had a drawing. I believe it was, I think it might have been 200 subscribers. Again, off the top of my head, I forget. I think it was 200 subscribers. So you had a choice of some kind of Star Wars cupcake bins or a tripod. And this was a tripod with some kind of selfie stick light. I'm assuming it's probably USB. I really haven't had a chance to look at it, but I just want to show you guys and thank Patsy or Patricia. And I'll show you guys real fast. Yeah, it looks like it's, oh no, it looks like it's battery operated. So it is battery operated. So yeah, you remember that? So I want it. And then this is your typical cell phone adapter. So what you would do is you put your cell phone in here, and then it would have the light, so you could have the light. And again, remember, guys, you always want the light behind the phone, not in front of the phone. Because what happens is the autofocus especially gets confused. So what you would do is you would put this like this, and then this light would light up, and when you were filming, it would light up the area, and then it has a little tripod on here. So again, this is a little tiny one. You can't really see it, but anyway, I want to thank Patricia for this. And again, she typically has an auction every week. All right, I want to show you guys that. So that was about it. Like I said, I'm gonna link all those. I'll spend some time, and I'll hopefully put that in a Google Doc. I'm gonna try to copy and paste that into the description, and hopefully that'll work for you guys. I'm just gonna take a look real fast to see if there are any questions I may have missed. Oh, it even comes with the batteries. That's nice. Kathleen, were there any questions, or Michelle, any questions that I may have missed? I don't see anything. Did I miss anything, guys? Ladies, I should say. Doesn't look like it. Okay. Well, like I said, I don't know if she's still here. My friend Karen, she and Jason. Jason was Pro Sales. Now he's something to do with the elephant. I forget. Again, my memory is failing me. Thanks, Michelle. Today, for some reason, it's like my sinuses are killing me, and I can't concentrate very well. But I always say good sales to you, which was their normal closing. Yeah, they were live on right before I was. Good sales to you. And again, if you guys would please subscribe, like, comment, and share. You won the Star. That's right, Barbara. You won the Star Wars one from Patricia, right? Yeah, you won the Star Wars one, and I won the tripod. So again, good sales to you. Thanks for watching. Tell your friends, please. I'm trying to get the 500 subscribers. I think I bring value, and if I don't know an answer to something, I don't make it up. Do I know how to edit videos? What's that? Oh, I don't know. I've tried editing videos with iTunes, and I'm thinking, what's that? I'm thinking, Kathleen, what's that? Admo? Is that a new website where you edit videos? I'm not very good with iTunes. I do have a couple different software programs that I've the free ones. I do really need to edit stuff, but that's why I prefer to do the live parts, because I spend maybe an hour or an hour and a half researching stuff, putting it together, and then I do the live, and I'm so slow with editing. Your nails are too long. Yeah, so it's but I should know how to edit. I spoke to somebody, I forget who it was, about hopefully they'll have it one day at one of my local high schools. They might have, like an adult school, they might have something about editing videos, because everybody is on YouTube now. What kind of product do I sell? Right now, it's mainly clothing. Product geese? Oh, somebody else here has a question. Okay. Okay. Yeah, right now it's mostly clothing, but I'm trying to get the hard goods. My used clothing isn't selling at all. So I mention it every time. And again, what do you use? I use VideoPad to edit. Is that a free one, Rosie? Is that a free software program? Again, I don't really know that much about I'm trying to learn. I did get. Oh, I know what to show you guys. Might as well while I have you guys here. I think I mentioned to you before that I got in a blue Yeti. This is a pop filter. It's supposed to be like they call your plosives. I was talking to Tracy Thrifts. She was here. Now you pay for the course about $16 per quarter. Okay. So what this is this goes on to the blue Yeti, and then let me show you guys. Now I've showed this to you before, but for your YouTubers, apparently it's very important, the sound quality of your videos. Like I said, I'm getting that reflection from my softbox. But what it does is this goes on in front of it, and you could probably see it goes in front of the microphone, and then so when your P's and your S's and all, it doesn't, like, they call them plosives, so it sounds better. But yeah, so I'm going to try to use the Blue Yeti with the pop filter, and hopefully I'll get some better sound. So Wanted to keep it under an hour, guys. Again, I'm working on my Posh seller. I know virtually nothing about Poshmark. We've had a couple of sellers on before that do Poshmark. We've had Tanya on. We've had Am on. No, you can't. You hook it on to the microphone. The Blue Yeti has like a big metal. It's a great device. I'd say probably 75 to 80% of the YouTubers that are just like basic to, full-time YouTubers use the Blue Yeti microphone. Some get the mic stand that comes across and that attaches to a table. But I don't want to do that. I know Jason Deason has that where it attaches to his table and then he has some kind of device that protects it and he has a cover on it. Wade Venture, he has it without a pop filter, the Blue Yeti microphone. And I know Casey has the Blue Yeti, and that's the pop filter that he recommended. So I saw a deal on that. Poshmark's your main platform? Well, Rosie, I mean, you're more than welcome. And I asked you guys for suggestions. I mean, if you would like, and you're here every week, and I appreciate you being here. I don't know how you are about, joining live streams, but you're more than welcome. Any are more than welcome. I know I've had Kathleen on the show before. I've had David on the show. I've had Justin, Alma, Anita. So I'd love to have you on. If you're interested, just you can message me on Facebook. And then the website, again, I'm going to put in the website. Again, it's Reselling Rhythms is the website. That's a work in progress. So I need to work on that as well. So we'll put all these links later in the description box. Again, I want to thank everybody for joining me. And like I said, good sales to you. And everyone have a great day and enjoy, hopefully, the warmer weather. And before you know it, Punxsutawney Phil didn't see his shadow. So spring should be coming. So we won't have 6 more weeks of winter. So, okay, guys, thanks for joining me. Goodbye, all. Thanks.